Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be showing you how to clean the Comandante grinder and just how to take it apart and talk about that. We've actually made this video in the past, but listening to your feedback, it was shot as a time lapse. So this is the updated version. We're going to get a little bit more involved and talk about some of your questions. Awesome, so let's get into it. So first of all, the first thing that I really want to talk about with the Comandante grinder, water and burrs. How do I clean it? Can I use water? At the end of the day, water and metal or water and like parts, it's never a good mix, and it can cause damage to it at the end of the day. My advice for any hand grinder is to keep water as far away as possible, with the one exception being when you're misting your beans, and even then that uses such little water that it really doesn't make too much of a difference. Another way that you can use water is with a damp cloth. So using a damp cloth just in the center and all along the body, as long as it's not touching any of the kind of internal components or the burr set, that's what you really want to avoid. Cool. Awesome. So as you can see, we've got a really dirty Comandante grinder. With me, I've also got the brush that came with the Time More. This is a great brush. I've been using it for all of my dusting coffee grinds away. Now this is just an inexpensive little duster. It's got a lot of power to it, but yeah, it's super fun to use. I love using this thing. So yeah, first thing is we're just going to do like a brief, like when it comes to cleaning this, the first thing you want to do is just give it a brief kind of dusting. I usually do this outdoors just because then I don't have to worry about clean up too much, but yeah. So I'm just dusting away all the excess particles, all the excess little fines, and you get a little bit of chaff or silver skin, and then so that kind of loosens everything. And then I'm just going to go in with the air duster, and that just blows everything out. Cool. Now one thing that I would absolutely use water for is this. The glass jar canister. Go ahead and throw this in your dishwasher. I believe it's dishwasher safe. Double check that. But yeah, give it a wash, and you can use soapy water. And yeah, you don't have to, but it's just a solid piece of glass. So yeah, that's not going to do any harm as long as you don't put it back while it's still wet. No issues. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to give it a quick brush. And if you're interested, we also have another video on the Comandante. We do like an unboxing, and it's of this same grinder, and we talk about a couple other things. Yeah, I'll have that linked. We also have another video on the Time More C2. This is what connects the grinder to the glass jar. I'm just giving that because I noticed that a lot of fines gets wedged in between there, and then also just around here, right where the burrs meet, or the exit. Nice. And then just blow away all the excess grinds inside. Call it a day. So alright, that's done. Quick coffee break. Okay, so now we're going to take apart the Comandante. First step is to attach the crank and the lid arm, whatever, and we're going to open it up, and we're going to see how bad it is, how neglected it is. We're going to go all the way coarse, so you can see fine, coarse, pretty straightforward, all the way, or if that's too slow, You can hold it like that. Just be careful of the burrs because they're sharp and you don't want to nick yourself on burrs. Another thing I want to quickly talk about is why we do this, and I'll just do that after I remove this. So this is the axle, so that kind of, this is magnetically held here, and when I pull this out, the whole thing follows. And I'm just going to grab that little washer. Cool. Nice. That's the first washer. There's another washer in there, and just be mindful that you've got it the right way up. And the right way up is with these little indentations. One side has a additional ring that goes towards the burr, and we're going to clean that up too. So we want that facing towards the burr. Well, this flush side is going to be facing the outside when it's all put together, and I'll show you a little bit more what I mean by that. Cool. So the reason why, I hope you can see the reason why we clean our grinders, why it's so important, because there's always going to be retention, and having this sit here and build up, it's going to get worse and worse and worse, and all the little fines and everything, it's just going to build up, and your coffee grease. So yeah, you don't want that in your coffee, and this is part of maintaining it, where you do take it apart. I do admit that it's been a while since I've cleaned this, and you can see just how neglected this is. This one's not too bad. Awesome. So I'm just giving it a quick brush down. Not too abrasive, really cautious around the sharp parts of the burrs. And I'm actually just spinning it around. Also note that I'm not touching any of this, trying not to at least. So yeah, my system is to give it a quick brush first, then I'll give it a quick, I'll put that to the side once it's brushed, and then I'll use the air duster. Seriously guys, get one of these. It is so handy. If you're going to be around coffee grinds, just get one of these. This and a brush, that is all you need. There are some products available, like I believe Cafeto have like a grind cleaner coffee thing. That might be more appropriate for commercial use, but for a hand grinder, you can if you want. And it does a good job, especially with the ceramic burrs, because they do go brown. So if you needed to clean that up as like a one-off, or you're buying it secondhand, yeah, sure, I get that. But really, an air duster and a brush is all you need. And don't go getting any canned air. This is so much better for the environment. No waste. You buy it once and that's it. I stand by these things. Before, when I didn't have an air duster, it wasn't, yeah. I definitely, put it this way, I definitely appreciate having one now. So I'm just getting in there. That's what the inside looks like. I'm just getting in there. So yeah, it's not too messy, it's not too tedious, it's just kind of, majority of the time goes to setting this up and getting out your area and all your tools and stuff. It really doesn't take too long. 5 minutes tops, and you can just quickly, you know, you don't have to do a full brush the whole time. Or sorry, you don't have to do a full cleaning all the time. It can be, you know, just wherever it needs. Cool. And that's the inside. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and just quickly blow everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything, because it gets everywhere. All of the coffee grinds and the fines, the oils, especially the fines, they get in all these tiny little spots. And this air duster is magnificent in just removing all of that stuff. A bit of build up there, that's alright. I'll just leave that for the moment. But I won't forget about it, and next time I'll be sure to get rid of that. So after we've dusted, you'd think that that was it with the brush. So after we've brushed, you'd think that's it. But then if you look at all the grinds that come out still. Alright, awesome. I'll call that done. Now at this stage you can, or just before using the air duster, you can with a wet tissue or cloth just come in here and just remove the body. Be careful because there is that burr set down at the bottom, and if you're using your finger or whatever, you just got to be careful, cautious around that bottom part around here. But yeah, if you just want to do that, and you can remove all of the oils as well, because obviously this doesn't do too good of a job with the like the kind of residue, the sticky oil residue. But yeah, you can do that with a damp cloth, and then maybe even go over it with a dry cloth, and that way you don't have any moisture hanging around there. But yeah, that is it. We're going to quickly reconstruct this. So I'm just putting the that little raised side down at the bottom. Then I'm going to use my crank. Sorry, then I'm going to put my crank in. It's giving me a bit of trouble. Whoop. Do not lose that. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Flip it around. Now we're going to go washer facing down with that little raised part. Then we're going to go spring. And then we're going to go, whoops. Then we're going to go burr. And we're going to push it down. And with the same hand that's holding onto the crank, we're going to just put our finger and rest it on top. And we're going to put this little clicker, start screwing that on. As soon as you've got that, you just continue to screw that on finer, to the finest setting. Alright, until start slowing down when you notice that the gap is closing to the point next to or close to 0. And then once you click at 0, this won't move anymore. And that's it, guys. I always go 5 or something. Just go a little bit coarser. Never leave it on 0 because you might forget when you put it back on. But that's it. Nice and clean. Comandante grinder. Check out our website. Check out our other videos. If you're interested. I hope this was an improvement compared to our last video. If you have any more questions or anything that I didn't address in this one, feel free to ask away. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.